Is winning the Super Bowl really the York's primary goal? I mean, I'm trying to put the equation together.
Primary?
They're slashing spending at the expense of salary cap space, which is interesting. They are looking into selling 10% of their team, which is a new thing that any NFL team can do now, which is fine. But they're also investing in soccer teams. They bought Leeds United. Now they're going to have a controlling share of Rangers FC. Are they looking at these teams as like 3 teams where they could be 3 champions, or interesting money-making vessels?
It's their primary goal is 100% money.
Yeah,
100% is money. It's a business. That's their primary goal, is to make money. Secondary goal, yeah, sure, they want to win championships, probably with all 3 of those clubs, but absolutely not primary goal. And when you throw the word primary in there, absolutely not. The goal is for these guys to make money. That's what they care about first and foremost, without question.
And I think it's so funny. Like they call themselves 49ers Enterprises because they're an investment firm. And what the hell do 49ers Enterprises know about winning championships? This group hasn't ever done it, not with anything they've invested in. But what they do, and they learned this from the 49ers, you don't have to win a Super Bowl to be profitable. You have to take over a team that used to be a champion, right? A team that used to be great, that has a bunch of fans from the old days. And that's Leeds. That's Rangers FC. They used to be great. So you take this team and then you start marketing it better. And you profit off the success of another regime. They did it with the Niners. They've been doing it with the Niners. And now they're going to try to do it in freaking Europe with soccer. I don't know if they can actually do it. I mean, Leeds isn't even in the Premier League anymore. They got relegated, but they're like, wait, man, we made all this money without winning a championship just because the team used to win championships. We could do this all over the world. That's their freaking mission statement. Niners Enterprises.
If their goal is to win a Super Bowl, if that was their primary goal, I mean, they're worth billions just owning the 49ers. Like, then they would be all in on just focusing on winning a Super Bowl with the 49ers. Their goal is to make money, and nothing wrong with that. But fans need to be aware that, like, that's what they're paying for. They're supporting a business that's their priority over everything. And that's probably the case with a lot of teams. Like the Dallas Cowboys are definitely money first as well, I would say. So it's not like it's an exclusive thing with the 49ers, but I think fans need to be more aware of what they're spending their hard-earned dollars on.
I mean, DeBartolo was obsessed with football. You think he was going to be like, you know what, we're going to cut back spending this year because I want to buy a soccer team. I really like soccer. We really want to get this midfielder. He's so good. We're going to spend so much money. Like, that's what the Niners were like with John and Kyle. Like, we got to have this left tackle. We got to have this running back. We got to have these wide receivers. And the Yorks were like, cool. And I think after 8 years, they're like, not anymore. No, you know what? It turns out that football is just another sport, and it's just another team. These Niners are just another team that we own that's not going to win a championship. So let's make sure that every franchise we own is completely financially optimized to make us the most money. And if we back into a freaking championship along the way, hallelujah. But either way, we're not going to spend exorbitant amounts of money on the Rangers or Leeds or the 49ers because that's like picking between children. We love them all. We love them equally.
All they have to do is be in contention. All they have to do is be in contention for the possibility. So fans feel like the 49ers have a chance. As long as fans feel like the 49ers have a chance, the Yorks are going to make a lot of money. They don't actually have to win anything.
I will say that it seems Kyle Shanahan's stock is lower than it's ever been. Entering year 9, like, Brock Purdy isn't as controversial. People will argue about how much he's worth, but everyone essentially agrees that he's a good quarterback. He's 25. We haven't been overexposed to him. We like Brock Purdy. Kyle's different. Kyle's 45. He's been here for 9 years going on. He's personally, single-handedly lost Super Bowls. I think there's a lot of mixed feelings about him from the fan base and maybe the locker room and maybe the ownership, and he needs a good year. He needs a good year.
It's a big year for Kyle Shanahan. He absolutely has to crush it this year, and like he's got to go far in the playoffs. Really, with this schedule, they should be automatic for the playoffs. So it's the playoffs is the season to me. This coming season, like the season, if they don't make the playoffs, like you got to be fired with this schedule. So the expectation is absolutely playoffs, and that's when the real season is going to begin. And it's a big year for Kyle. He's got to prove it, man.
Hell yeah. The Unfaithful Perspective says, if BA is traded, I think everything is questionable. Are you going to sign Brock Purdy? Are you showing the fan base that you're rebuilding without saying so? Yeah. Yep.
It's a good point.
Well,
$2 grand.
I mean, they say they want to get younger. Like Ayuk's 26, 27.
It's a good point too, Grant. Like if the Yorks are feeling some kind of way about Kyle, how does that influence how they feel about Brock? Maybe it's not connected. Maybe they are fine with Brock with having Brock without Kyle. Maybe they're fine with that. But maybe they're thinking, if Kyle's kind of on the hot seat, do we really want to commit to a quarterback? Because the new coach that comes in might want to pick his own quarterback.
That's a great point. Hey, maybe we're not so solid on Kyle anymore. So the whole reason we liked Brock was we liked Kyle. And we liked the idea of having a coach and a quarterback in lockstep who worked well together and respected each other. But now it's like, we may want a new coach in a year. And the new coach may not want Brock. And the reason we like Brock is because he fits so well with Kyle. That's a good point. Ryan?
That's what I'm hearing.
Using that noodle. Tyler Caressley says, Grant, I think this team is afraid of the idea of rebuilding and moving on from Kyle since he has all the leverage in this organization. I agree. I think they're afraid of rebuilding. I think they're afraid of moving on from Kyle, which is why they're doing this. They're keeping Kyle, and they're not rebuilding. They're recalibrating, Tyler. Didn't you hear it? He said it. This is different. It's totally different. It's recalibration.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the best show we've ever done. So good.
I don't know, man. My Wi-Fi has been pretty trash today. I apologize to everybody watching.
It just cleared up right now, just in time.
I keep thinking I have it fixed, and then it does this.
It's good now.
So, yeah,
anyway.
Perfect timing. Yeah.
Well, it's so great to be back in the Bay Area, everyone. Thank you for humoring me and my expeditions across the Midwest. I'll be here for a while. No, they got owners meetings in West Palm Beach coming up. That'll be fun. That'll be better.
Yeah,
warmer.
Man. Florida.
Yeah.
Much better than Indianapolis.
All right, I'm going to go. Yeah, no offense to the people who live in Indianapolis. And again, my whole experience was downtown during the winter. Maybe there's supposed to be a neighborhood or a street called Mass Ave where all like the cool hip kids go, but I'm not cool or hip or a kid, so I didn't go. But maybe next time if I feel hip,